Hello. Next question is from Mary. Let's see. Hi, and thanks again for all that you're doing. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. There's a member of my household that contracted COVID 19, and you can't even tell the person is sick. Interesting. Yes, this is true. And it's fantastic that you actually know this person has COVID because otherwise, how would you know? If somebody hadn't done this test, which I'm presuming was done, yeah, this person would be walking around and you would be, yeah, totally unaware. And that's how the next wave of infections happens. Yeah, we think. Yeah. Let's see. I have three comorbidities that put me at high risk. Yeah, okay, that's bad, but all right. Yeah, and you know what? You can live with three, four, five, 10 comorbidities. Yeah, everybody's everybody's got something wrong with them, whether they know it or not. I figure, and eventually something's going to catch up with you, but it doesn't have to be COVID. Yeah, yeah, we can at least avoid COVID. Okay, so the house is big enough that I do not have close contact with the person that's infected. Ugh, but okay, yeah, yeah. I also wear a mask in the common areas. That's a good start. Yeah. And I'm assuming, yeah, it's a member of your household, so it's not like you can just tell them go live somewhere else because this is where they live too, right? Yeah. Yeah. Keep wearing that mask for sure. And yeah, the other stuff that it says you're doing, washing hands before going into rooms, that's smart. Yeah. It's the respiratory transmission that I'm worried about, but the mask is going to help there. It's not going to be safe if you're living in the same house as this person, but it sounds like you got to do it, and so that's the safest way that's available to do it. See, when there are people in the situation that you're in, I feel bad about this because there's no, other people ask a question, should I do this thing? And I can say, no, don't do that thing. Yeah, because it's voluntary and it's going to put you at risk. You're in a situation, and a lot of other people like you are in a situation where, yeah, you kind of have to do this thing. And so it's about mitigating risk as much as possible. And yeah, you're doing the right things. That's good. Yeah. And thanks for doing the right things. That actually helps me out. It helps everybody else out because it's potentially one fewer person that's going to get infected. Yeah, you are personally flattening some tiny part of the curve, and thank you for that. So the question we're actually getting up to, which yeah, sorry, it's been a long question, a lot of asides from me. Sorry about that. Is I was just wondering if a person at high risk could be asymptomatic. There we go. The answer is yes. Anybody can be anything. There are infants who have died of COVID. And there are people over 100 years old that have had very mild COVID, and probably some that haven't had any symptoms at all from COVID. Yeah, what you've got is kind of like a slider. It's always odds with these biological phenomena. And like the older you are and the more comorbidities, you're just sliding the odds a little bit toward the bad side. Yeah. But it's just still the odds. Even if it's 99%, there's a 1% chance of the other outcome. And none of these things are 99%. Yeah, I think the worst rates are, if you're 100, like over 80 or 100 years old, I think even then it's only like 30 or 40% fatal. And so you've got more people actually surviving at that age than dying, which is fantastic. I mean, these people have been through a lot. They've, yeah, basically been alive since, I don't know, like the end of World War One. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, so you're doing the right thing. I understand why you've got to do the right thing. And I'm glad that you are. And I don't know, I hope the people around you also appreciate that. But if they don't, I appreciate it. And yeah, I don't know that that means anything, but thank you. No, there's no guarantees with anything in medicine ever. Yeah, there's always somebody, even with the worst condition, that somehow, nobody knows how, but somehow things line up just right and they pull through. Yeah, so you gotta keep an open mind and you gotta keep hope and you got to do your best to make darn sure you don't get COVID-19. Yeah. All right. So if you can do all those things, I think we're done here. Yeah. Thanks very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.